And we want, my brother now, to have big card, next big card. We have big
brother.
The UFC have potentially just announced the best card of the year by far. Look at this freaking card. This was announced today at the time of this recording, at least. This is insane. Now, this is the card for UFC Abu Dhabi. We know they always overstack these Abu Dhabi cards, and that's kind of going to be my point of this video is this too stacked? Is this overstacked? And how does this affect other cards? Because, I mean, let's just read the card. Robert Whittaker versus Rainier de Ridder is the main event, right? The co-main event, Movsar Evloev versus Aaron Pico. So it is happening. Evloev is facing Aaron Pico. It's a 5-rounder as well, as you can see. It says 5-round co-main event. That's very interesting because they never do that for fight nights, like ever. They'll do it for pay-per-view sometimes, but never fight nights. Peter Yan versus Marcus McGee. Bryce Mitchell versus Said Nurmagomedov. Shara Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriot. Nikita Krylov versus Bogdan Guskov. And then the prelims, I saw that there's like Aswa Mabaya versus like some other like flyweight on there that's highly ranked. And then I think Ibo Aslan versus Billy Alakena. There's probably some other fights as well. Some other OVs and EVs and AVs that are on that card. But overall, this is probably the best on paper card of the year. No Anthony Smith. But phenomenal card. It's a phenomenal card. I mean, what like I'm out of freaking my saliva is like I don't even know what to say. It's a tremendous card, right? So, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with this. 318, right? Let's get to this. 318, UFC 318, which is, where is this? Right here. We could even talk about 317, to be honest with you, but UFC 318 is not a tremendous card. Now, this is the Poirier-Holloway card, as you can see right in front of your face. So far, this is the card. Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Great main event. So, some people kind of complained about it. I was always kind of okay with this as a main event. It's a great main event. As it stands, your co-main event, Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. As it stands right now. Now, this card is going to happen on July 19th. Now, we are in what month? January, February, March, April, May, June. We're in June. Excuse me. Jeez, man. So this card is about a month away. It's a month away. So, like, unless they're hiding, like, a massive co-main event from us, why wouldn't they just announce it by now? You would think they would, right? It's a billion-dollar company. They have things in check. I doubt they're hiding some crazy co-main event like Yuri versus somebody or Cyril Gane versus somebody who's like another top-ranked guy, and Armin versus somebody. I highly doubt they're hiding something from us, right? So, as it stands, the co-main event, Vettori versus Brendan Allen, Neil Magny, Gunnar Nelson, Adam Fugit versus Isam Dulatov, Ikram Malascaro versus Bruno Ferreira, Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio, Carly Judas versus Nicole whatever the fuck. Kyler Phillips, Vinicius Oliveira, Ateba Guatier versus Robert Valentin. As it stands, this is the whole card. Now, obviously, as you can tell by the amount of fights that are on this card, there are going to be more that are going to be announced, right? There's only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 fights so far announced. So, as it stands at the time of this recording, seemingly, they're going to add a couple more. But again, if they had a massive co-main event, and also I didn't mention this, but apparently Paulo Costa is off of 317, so that fight with Roman is going to be thrown onto this card. But even still, is that co-main event worthy? This is the problem. Like, there's not, again, if they had something massive planned for the co-main event of this card, even if the co-main event was Yuri Oberg, right? Let's say it's Holloway, Poirier, Yuri Oberg. What's your main card is what? Still Marvin Vettori, Brendan Allen? That's a good fight. But then it's like, what? Neil Magny, Gunnar Nelson's on the main card? Alascaro, Bruno Ferreira, that's a good fight, but main card, neither are ranked. Jimmy Crute better not be on the main card. Oliveira, Kyler Phillips could be on the main card. But what are we doing here, man? Again, I'm assuming more will be added. But at the same time, if you want to look at 317, I thought the same about this card. I was like, oh no, they're going to add more to 317, guys. Stop dooming about it. I mean, as it stands, this is a great card, but like Ilya versus Oliveira, phenomenal main event. Pantoja Car-France, great co-main event. Beneil Moicano, low-key feels like a main event of a prelims, but it's okay. It's a great fight, you know? Josh Van Royval, as it stands, that's it. As you can see, as it stands, no more Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov, right? So Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez, that's on the prelims. That might get bumped up to the main card. I'm not sure. But then what? Does that mean that Tracy Cortez, Viviane Araújo is going to be the main event of the prelims? And then Janata Denise, Justin Tafa. And then, of course, Payne Talbot versus, what's his name? Felipe Lima. How do I not know his name? He's one of my favorite fighters. Felipe Lima. And then there's like a Nico Price fight. It's just, as it stands, there's only 11 fights for this card announced. It might be 10 now that Roman versus Paulo is not on this. This is insane. So, I say all that to say, like, this is a great card and all. And you can see my tweet to the right. Multiple highly ranked guys on this card. Meanwhile, 318 is dog shit. I mean, it's just the truth. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BXGMMA. Cheap plug. But, seriously, this is a great card. I love this card. It's a phenomenal card. But, and I didn't, and by the way, I didn't mention like 319. I didn't even mention, you know what? I forgot to mention, fuck it. I forgot to literally mention UFC Kansas City, by the way. I kind of skipped over it. It's so shit. So it's so funny that Abu Dhabi, they get this, right? They get this card. Insane card. One of the greatest cards. And this is what we get. Let me zoom out a little bit. Sorry. So you guys don't got to see Derek Lewis's fat ass. Look, this is what we get. Derek Lewis, TalsontoSheran as a main event of a fight night. We're still doing Derek Lewis like fight nights in general or just fights in general. How is he still employed? The guy should be working at McDonald's by now, bro. Even though he'd probably just eat all the fucking burgers. Like, what are we doing here? TalsontoSheran, Derek Lewis on the main card. Co-main event, Stephen Thompson, Gabriel Bonfim. Who the fuck asked for this? Yeah, Stephen Thompson want to fight Gabriel Bonfim. Is he even on a winning streak? He's on a 2-fight winning streak. And he gets Stephen Thompson. He's on a 2-fight winning streak. 1 sub and 1 decision. What are we doing here? What are we fucking doing here? Meanwhile, Oban Elliott, 3-fight winning streak. Got a flatline KO in his last fight. Ramiz Brahimaj, 2-fight finishing streak. A sick KO and a 6 submission. Randy Brown, he's on a great streak. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing, guys? I think Randy Brown lost to Brian Battle, but I thought he should have won that. So he should really be on like a 3 or 4 fight winning streak. But no, Gabriel Bonfim, you get Stephen Thompson, kid. I mean, it's winnable for Thompson, but Gabriel Bonfim can grapple, so who fucking knows? And Thompson is still number 12 ranked. He's still decently highly ranked. But it's just like what are we... Jake Matthews, Chidi Njokuani. It's like, all right. Not bad, I guess. Calvin Kattar, Steve Garcia. Just Junior Tafa, Tuco Tacos. Like, what are we doing here? Vitor Petrino, Austin Lane, Max Griffin, Chris Curtis. It's okay. Like, it's look, it's a solid fight night. Would I say good? Would I say good? I don't know. It's a solid fight night. Like, Steve Garcia Kattar is going to be good. Matthews Chitty is good. Bonfim Thompson makes no sense, but it's good, I guess. But then you have a fat heavyweight main event, so like compare that to this card right here, which has fucking the main event, Robert Whittaker versus Rainier de Ritter. Look, Robert Whittaker, Rainier de Ritter, right? Number 5 ranked versus number 12 ranked. Then you have the co-main event, the debut of Aaron Pico, one of the most exciting prospects, versus number 4 ranked Movsar Evloev. Then the feature fight, Peter Yan, number 3 ranked, one of my favorite fighters of all time, Peter Yan. I'm on Peter Yan dick sucker, versus number 13 ranked Marcus McGee. Highly ranked guys, back to back, in the top 5. All 3 of your main, co-main, and feature fight are all in the top 5 of their respective divisions. Then you have Bryce Mitchell's bantamweight debut against Sainer Magomedov. That's a good fight. Sharon Magomedov versus Marc-Andre Barriot. And Nikita Krylov, Bogdan Guskov. But we get fucking, what do we get? We get Gabriel Bonfim kid versus Stephen Thompson with the main event at TalsontoSheran. I don't want to make this a rant video. I think this is one of the best cards of the year. It is a rant video. What am I saying? It's one of the best cards of the year. Don't get me wrong. It's a tremendous card. I'm really excited for it. I'm really hyped up for it. You know, even Dana White said, like, he kind of said it in a funny way. Dana White said a lot of shit in the announcement video, but I don't want to show it because of, like, copyright, because I know they show the fights on it. They show, like, highlights, but to sum it up, he basically said, like, fuck, what did he say? Oh, he said Movsar Evloev, if he wins this, is likely getting the title shot against Volk, which I found interesting because, I don't know, I think Volk is not going to fight in September. He said he's having a kid. I wouldn't be shocked if... Here's the thing. They should have just done Evloev versus Volk, right? But I still have hope. Maybe this is delusion and copium. I still have a little bit of hope that they're going to do Evloev versus Volk if Evloev were to win this fight. They could still do it at the end of the year. I hope so, man. I really fucking hope so. I don't want Yair versus Volkanovski. So, yeah, he said that. He also said Said Nurmagomedov, excuse me. I'm slurring my words like I have CT. He said Said Nurmagomedov is the cousin of Habib, which he is not. So Dana White is a casual, but that's about it. That's all the fights they announced today. I was gonna wait and see, like, are they gonna announce anything else? But I highly doubt it. This is what we got for UFC Abu Dhabi. It's not bad. It's honestly a great card, but it's just annoying, man. It's just annoying. We could even bring up this tweet. Let me see if I can find it right here. We could bring up this tweet. Shout out to what's his name? Go up, you motherfucker. I don't know how you say his name, but shout out to this guy. He says $0 versus $80. So this is a $0 card. Let me zoom out. This is a $0 card, right? Whitaker, DeRitter, blah, 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 right? We just went through this card. Tremendous card, right? Literally, if you threw a title fight on this, it's a fucking card of the year, card of the last 3 years contender, right? And this is $80. UFC 316 was $80. Oh, Mario, you're not hyped for Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix, bro? Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin Gastelum, unranked. They're both unranked. Kevin Holland, Vicente Luque. Holland is unranked. Patchy Mix is also unranked, by the way. And you got a women's co-main event, and you got a main event no one asked for. So I love the UFC right now. I love how shit the UFC is. But in all seriousness, I'm trying not to be negative. It's a great card, but I have to be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's a great card, and let me just pretend like it brings an issue of, if you look at the card, let's look at it again. If you look at this card, if UFC 318, if that card stays as it stands, and 319 doesn't really get any better, and these cards in the next couple of months don't really get any better, and these fight nights don't really get any better, I'm going to blame this fucking card. Because are you really going to tell me Evloev versus Aaron Pico could have not main evented Holloway versus Poirier? Yan versus McGee could have been a feature fight of that card. Or you could have saved Yan McGee for 319. Or Mitchell versus Nurmagomedov for 318. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know, man. Or even you could have made Whitaker DeRitter the co-main event of UFC 319 or 318, and then you could have bumped Evloev Pico as the main event. The UFC, I don't know if it's... I don't even want to just blame Dana. The matchmakers have fucking autism. Why did I say like that? Autism. They have autism. They legitimately are retarded. They just don't know, like... It's not just the matchmaking that's weird. It's just like the placement. Like, know how to space out good fights. Because here's the problem. You're going to get this great fight night, and we're probably not going to get another good fight night or pay-per-view until, like, December. Because this is what the UFC does nowadays. They just bunch all good fights into one card, and they don't know how to spread anything out. Just like Dana White spreads his cheeks for John Jones. And then we just get cards like this that are awesome, and then fucking shit cards for the rest of the year. So, early predictions. I got DeRitter beating Robert Whitaker via finish. I got Movsar Evloev beating Aaron Pico. It's a 5-rounder, so I think Aaron Pico could give problems to Evloev, but I don't trust these Bellator 1FC guys anymore. Yan is going to fuck up Marcus McGee. Marcus McGee almost lost to Jonathan Martinez. Bryce Mitchell will probably get subbed by Said Nurmagomedov. Magomed Magomedov. What's his name? Sharon Magomedov. I mean, Marc-Andre Barriault looked good in his last fight. I think Sharon will probably win, though. It depends on if Marc-Andre pressures really well like he did in his last fight. And then Goskov probably beats Krylov. So, yeah, those are my predictions. Make sure you guys like and sub. What are your predictions? Become a member in the description. I kind of already did a video on the UFC and their favoritism towards Middle East countries or Middle Eastern countries. It's on my channel somewhere. Go check it out if you want to. If you don't want to, then I still love you guys for making it this far. And yeah, thank you guys. Peace.